Hi everyone, please say hi on the chat. I'm going to say this, do the same thing. There we go. So Basti's going to be doing the chat. He's poised. There he is. Jane's first on. Hi Jane. Hey, guess what, Basti? It's another month, another Meridian.
Yeah, so I had the triple heater.
It's going to be the triple heater this month. So we've got, I've got probably one of the most awesome points on the triple heater Meridian to start us off for point of the week. And I've got a little poll as well, because I was reading up about it. I've got my books here. And you can always tell a point is good when you get pages of commentary. This is the point of the week. Look at that. There's a page and a half in about that one point. So I thought what we do is we do like an energy exercise thing as well, where we'll tune into the point. We do that sometimes, tune in, see where the resonances are. So yeah, look, really interested in doing that. So hi everyone, lots of familiar names on the chat. I'll let Basti go into the background, and yep, I've got everything. I've got my piece of paper and my pad. Everything's set. Fantastic, great. Well, I hope everyone's doing okay. And so we're into another month, another Meridian in our epic journey around the Meridians. We've come a long way since January. And we're on the final straight now. We've only got 3 more Meridians left. That's October, November, and December. And the Meridian of this month is the triple heater Meridian, or triple burner. And that runs along the outside of the arm. And we'll come right back to lung, and we would have done the whole circuit of the channels all the way around the body. So I thought maybe sometime today, I'd like to do a little exercise revising where all the channels are, starting with lung. So we'll try and fit that in to today's exercises, kind of revise it. And you can see then how the triple heater fits in. Bit of a mystery, the triple heater, because it doesn't have an organ in Chinese medicine. It's actually to do with the 3 burning spaces, the 3 burners that we do a lot of tuning in with. And basically what it does is the 3 burners work together, the lower, middle, and upper. They work together to provide the energy of the body. That's the idea. So the triple burner channel is used partly to regulate the 3 heaters, but also for local things, which we'll find out more about this month. So without further ado, let's do our scanning and get on with the exercises. So I've got my pad here, and I thought, as we've got the triple burner Meridian, I thought we'll do a 3 burner scan and see where everyone's at before we start. Okay, so here we go. Always good once a week just to check in with your own energy and just see how you are before we do anything else. So we're going to just stand, relax, and let's scan down from the top all the way down. We're looking for any areas that feel maybe painful, blocked, weak, or that you feel need attention. So we're going to go down through the head. So just tune in, maybe close your eyes, tune in through your head, through the skull, tune into your ears, eyes. That's it. And then down through the sinuses and into the mouth and tongue. Okay, and then we're going to go down into the throat and the neck. Our shoulders. And then down into the hands. All the way down the arms. Very good. And then we're going to come back into the shoulders, and we're going to go down through the upper part of the body. Don't forget to tune into your spine as well, around this whole area. And then down through the spine, through the lungs and into the abdominal area. And then the hips and the sacrum, so it's all this area here, and then down through into the knees, ankles and feet. Okay, very good. Now let's just take a step back from ourselves kind of thing and just look at the whole of our body. Just notice whether you're carrying energy more up in the upper part of your body or lower down. Whereabouts is it that you'd like to work? Just tune into that. And now I'm going to draw a whole body scan. So we're going to draw an overall picture of our energy. Just spent a minute doing that, and then we'll tune into the 3 burners. Okay, so. Okay, all very interesting. A slightly different picture. I've got a slightly different picture this week. Definitely need a bit more yin tonifying. That's my whole body scan this week. Look at that. I definitely could do with the Wednesday class. As always, I'm sure you're the same. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, right? Okay, so let's go for the 3 burners and see what we get with the 3 burners. I'm just going to divide the page up into 3 like that. And then we're going to tune in and see what. And then as we go through this month, I think what we'll do is really explore the interactions between all the burners and kind of explain how that's used to develop immunity. So let's kind of go right back to we were right in the first lockdowns when we started working on our immunity using Qi Gong exercises and Shiatsu exercises. So let's close our eyes, tune into our lower burner. That's below the navel, right down into the hips and round into the sacrum. And then the pelvic floor is the lower part of that. So we've got this whole bowl here. We're just going to tune into that area. Okay, now things to watch out for are heat or cold. You don't want it to be too hot or too cold. And it should feel quite solid. The lower burner should feel kind of like comfortably firm and kind of full of energy. So just tune to that and just see how we're doing. Very good. And then we're going to go up to the middle burner. That's above the navel, round here, round into the lower thoracic. So we've got this whole area here. Okay, and that's area that's quite often stagnates. So if it's blocked tight, anything like that, that's not ideal. We want this area to be nice and relaxed and open and kind of spacious. So this should be kind of firm and solid, and this area wants to be relaxed and spacious. So tune into your middle burner and just see how you're doing in terms of keeping that flowing. I'm going to do the same. Just going to close my eyes, just tune in there, and just ask yourself, what is it that middle burner like? Okay, excellent. So now let's go into the upper burner. That's the heart and the lungs. The lungs should be like a mist. The upper burner, they say in the Chinese class, it should be like a mist. It should be nice and spacious, not too dry, definitely not hot and not too cold. And also you really want the heart area to be nice and relaxed and open. You don't want it to be kind of bunched up here and tight here, which is what often happens when we get under stress. So tuning into the upper burner and just assessing to see how we're doing with that. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. Okay, very good. Time to spend a minute just drawing the three burners. Okay, very interesting. Now, as you probably know, if you've been to many Wednesday classes, you'll know that I tend to be a bit of a middle burner person myself, and it tends to get a bit blocked, but I'm different this week. Something is happening. I've got more of an upper burnery type thing going on there, look, with a bit of heat in the top. So let's hope I can use my triple heater points today to help that and regulate that out. But let's find out how we're doing as a group before we start. So I'm going to run the poll, which burner would you like to, oh yeah, got that to come. Which burner would you like to do to work on today? Let's see where it is. Yeah, here we are. Which burner do you want to work on most today? Let's see how we're doing as a group. We've had some pretty dramatic swings over the last couple of years, depending on what's been happening out in the world, what with the lockdowns and the various different stresses that have been going on. So let's just see how we're doing. Look at that. The upper burner has come out just ahead of the middle burner this week. So what we'll do is we'll work mainly on the middle. We'll do some work on the lower, then we'll work up onto the middle and the upper then. And then we'll do the points of the week, the triple heater channel as we get to it. Okay, excellent. I think what I'd also like to know, if I could find that poll where I'd like to know, looking at your whole body scan, looking at your overall whole body scan. Yeah, here we go. I'd like to know this as well. Like, where in your body do you feel the block or weakness the most that you'd want to work on? So let's have a look. Yeah, is it the head or neck, the shoulders, the limbs, arms or legs, the back of the spine, or the torso in the main trunk of the body? Let's just see where we're going to mostly, because that will help us with the shaking and the general clearing of the channels as well. Now look at that. Very interesting, eh? Look at that. You see, we've got quite a lot of people voting for head and neck. The most thing, though, is the main trunk of the body is where you want to work on. So there's two ways we can do that. We can work on the yang channels and the yin channels. So let's start. Okay, let's see how we get on. We're going to focus on, first of all, the lower bone and work our way up. Let's see if we've got any more voters for that. See, quite a lot of head and shoulders, so which we can address with some of the early shaking exercises that we're going to do. Okay, so here we go. I've got my books, I've got my pad and everything. I'm all organized. So let's go and start the exercises. Okay, now if you want to work on the upper part of the body, you've got the head, the neck and shoulders, and we've got a lot of people voting for middle and upper bone. I'm working on the torso of the body. It's really good to start off with just assessing how our grounding is, because basically by working on our grounding and our connection with the yin of the earth, we can start to really build a nice relationship with all the boners and the upper body. So first of all, let's just shake out a little bit, shake the legs. Okay, and we're going to just rock backwards and forwards on our feet, okay, like this. And that's what that'll do, is start to open up kidney 1. And don't worry, we will be doing kidney 1 early in the session, just for those of you who are desperate for kidney 1. I know there are some people who look forward to that all week. I'm just rolling backwards and forwards, rolling about and rolling the balls of my foot like this. So I'm doing like this, just to open up the feet. Okay, very good. So we've got the feet just kind of started to connect with the yin of the earth, and that gives a bit of space now to clear the yang channel. So let's start off with shaking. I'm going to shake out, first of all, the upper part of the body, the shoulders, and then down into the torso. Okay, so keeping the jaw relaxed, we're going to start off by imagining this thread above holding us up to heaven. And just imagine someone's just giving that a gentle pull. And we're going to relax and let go of any superficial tension in the upper body. Okay, now just remembering that the yang channels all collect and end on the head. So it's a good place to start to relax the jaw, relax the eyes, allow the throat to open. Okay, and get that gentle shaking to start shaking out any tension in the upper body. So let's just relax the neck. Creating space around bladder 10, remember that point, this celestial pillar point, just at the top of the neck there. Create some space there, freeing up the head, opening the mouth and the jaw, giving it a really nice gentle shake. Okay, then we're going to go down with our imagination down into the shoulders. Okay, and we're going to start shaking the arms out. And then I think it's in maybe next week or the week after, we're going to do some amazing point, a really amazing point, which I'm really looking forward to sharing with you on the shoulders, on the triple heater channel. So look forward to that in the next couple of weeks. But for now, let's just get those shoulders really relaxed. Keep the jaws open. Okay, so now what I'm doing now is I'm just gently moving my arms backwards and forwards to open up the thoracic spine. Particularly if you remember, we've got the T1 area, the thoracic 1 area, which is right at the base of the neck here. It's just here. This is the place where you often will get congestion in the channels that run from the neck down into the arms. So I'm going to just shake there, and I'm just going to gently open up that area. Very good. Okay, so let's see if we can get the whole spine starting to shake now. Bringing my attention right the way down through the spine into the torso of the body, relaxing the ribs, relaxing the whole diaphragm area and the digestive organs. And just see if there's anywhere that's not moving, because ideally, everywhere should move. So if you're shaking around the rib cage and the diaphragm, there should be some movement there. And if there isn't, let's just gently shake it until we can feel the body starting to move. And you think about the abdominal organs, they all move about, they're all kind of in, all connected through all the facial planes and everything. And really all of them, they want to be moving about. So let's just gently shake them loose. Yeah, so I'm concentrating mainly on the lungs, the diaphragm and the digestive organs at the moment. And they're kind of connected because if we shake the digestive organs up and down, they're going to gently massage the lower part of the diaphragm. And then when we're breathing, that expands the diaphragm down. So we're kind of exploring that connection between the lungs, the diaphragm, and the digestive organs. Okay, let me just make them nice and comfortable, shake them about. Okay, excellent. So now, big joint in the body is the hips, really important, and this whole kind of area right around here, with a lot of places, a lot of scope for creating and holding tension there. So keep that shaking going, and we're going to just extend it into the hips and relaxing deep into the hips. And if you want to, you can go into one foot, just shake out the leg and try and get that shaking into the hip. Okay, and you might want to bring a, find it difficult to stand on one leg, that you can hold onto a chair like this. That makes it much easier to really relax that hip. And just gently shaking it out right the way through into the groin area, the whole thing, just really loosening it up there. And then right down into the feet. Okay, excellent. Can we keep that chair there because I'm going to need that in a minute when we do kidney 1. Okay, so we've done a nice bit of shaking now. Just so we can get the whole body into kind of a feeling of oneness here. We're going to get that head floating up. Just see if you can feel it all connecting all the way down through the body, down into the feet. Brilliant, excellent everyone. That's a really good start to try and just get everything moving. Don't forget the Chinese say that shaking cures 1,000 diseases. So we probably cured about at least 50 or something just with that shaking, I would imagine. Okay, very good. So now it's time to build up that lower burner so we can move on to the middle and the upper burners. So let's start by doing the famous and most popular point on the Wednesday class, kidney 1. And just to emphasize the function of it, what I'd like you to do is just tune in to how your energy is feeling just now before we do it. And one of the things to notice particularly is your relationship with the earth. The earth is the yin part of the body, part of the planet, of the universe. The earth represents the yin, it's the solid, cooling, connecting downwards feeling. And the thing about modern life is it tends to emphasize doing stuff with the head, looking, decision making, and it tends to bring the energy up the body. So we end up walking around like this and wondering why we just don't feel right. Okay, so kidney 1 is the answer to that. It's to bring in the yin energy of the body, and you'll feel the difference, I'm sure. Just tune into where you're at now. Okay, we'll work kidney 1 for a few minutes, and then we'll come back and just check out that change, because that change is a really, really useful thing to have in your own personal resources to keeping yourself stress-free for the rest of the week before we meet up again. Because if you can get into that feeling again, it just helps us cope with everything. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start off with this foot this week. Remember where kidney 1 is? It's 1/3 of the distance down the foot. I'm going to open it up with my fingertips here. Okay, and then we're going to work it by tapping, just tapping right into the kidney 1. If you want to add a little bit of extra power to it, we can hold on to kidney 3, which is just behind the ankle. That's the source point of the kidney channel. And if you just gently hold on to that and tap, I'll kind of open up the channel a bit for you. There we go. I'm going to open it out a bit more. A bit more tapping, I think. Just a little bit more. Excellent. Okay, excellent. So that's kidney 1 on the left. Put the sock back on. It's actually quite mild today. I think we're having so far, we've had quite a kind autumn here. If you live in Norwich or around Norwich or Norfolk, it's been quite mild the last few days. Okay, so here we go. Opening up, kidney 1. And then tapping. Okay, now the interesting thing about the triple heater meridian, which runs down the outside of the arm, is it's paired with the gallbladder channel, which runs down the outside of the leg, that we've done lots of work on. So it's kind of a bit like the gallbladder of the arm. And we'll find out when we get to the end of the triple heater channel that actually it connects directly into the gallbladder channel. It's the next one along. So if you imagine the gallbladder channel, we use a lot for moving stagnation in the body, especially in the middle burner and in the hips. Well, the triple heater does a similar thing in the upper body, so you can use it for the shoulders, treating the head, and stuff like that. So it's got a use similar to the gallbladder channel, and we'll find out in a minute about one of the most important points on the triple heater channel and how it links with points that we've already covered several times later on. Okay, so great, we've done kidney 1 on both feet. So now let's just see what the effect of that is. Okay, so we're going to just literally stand up. Just remember how you felt even just a few minutes ago before we did it. And then let's stand up again. Okay, and you can feel a difference immediately. That calm feeling that you've got now, and particularly that feeling of connecting with the earth, that's, in Chinese medicine terms, is connecting with the yin of the earth, and it's what we can use it to calm the mind and relax the upper part of the body. Okay, so it's a great antidote to modern life. Excellent. So now let's connect up kidney 1 with the lower burner. Just do some breathing and then we'll get straight onto the middle and the upper burners. Okay, so here we go. What we're going to do is, if you can do this, if you can't reach, don't worry about it. You can even do it sitting down if you like. We're just going to go down here. We're going to pick up the kidney channel behind the ankle and tap up the inside of the leg, inside back of the leg. And it comes around here into this point here. This is kidney 11 actually around here. It goes into here and then connects with the dantian. But what we're going to do for now is we're going to go around the back, connect with the bladder channel just to make a circuit, go down the back of the legs. This is the bladder channel. Okay, and then we can pick up kidney again from the inside. There we go. And round. And down. Okay, and then go around. And then down. Okay, and then up. And then up. Very good. Okay, so up the kidney meridian and down the bladder meridian. And just shake the legs out. And now, feel what that's like. If we just stand, get that tingling feeling up the kidney channel, connecting kidney 1 with the lower dantian, which is this lower burner area here. Very good. So we're going to rub our hands together, activate the lower burner, and then we can move on up to the middle and the upper burners. Okay, so here we go. Hands one over the other, opening up kidney 1, feeling that connection with the earth, relaxing the knees, floating the head up, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw. Remember all the shaking we did a little bit earlier? Getting that feeling of release. Excellent. And now it's time for the breathing. So we're going to breathe in, and we're going to bring the breath down into the lower burner. Okay, so you should feel your hands going outwards as the breath goes down here. It's because the diaphragm's relaxing and opening up there. Okay, and then breathing out. As we breathe out, we imagine the energy from the breath is collecting down in the lower burner. And we relax and tune to this lower part of the body here. Okay, very good. Now I'm going to keep breathing like that. We're going to just do a little bit of circling around the conception vessel 4 and 6 area, the Ren 6 and 4, which is around just below the navel here. Okay, and we're visualizing energy being transmitted into the lower burner through our hands. Keep that egg under the armpit, keep the shoulders relaxed. Excellent. Keep it nice and relaxed. Keep that breathing, lower abdominal breathing. Feeling that tingling feeling from kidney 1 up into the lower burner. Okay, now if you can do this and you can bring your hands behind, sometimes it's a bit much on the shoulders. If it's too much, just continue to do this. If you can do this comfortably, then we're just going to go around and we're going to work bladder 23. That's this point in the middle of the lumbar vertebrae, around L2. It's right here in the lower back, and that's another great point for strengthening the lower burner. Okay, and as we're doing that, we're floating our head up, opening up kidney 1. Brilliant. Okay, excellent. Shaking out the shoulders. Okay, let's see how far we've got. We're going to stand, open up kidney 1. Whoa, lovely. Okay, nice feeling of connection with the earth. And now added into that, we've got this nice warm feeling in the lower burner, connected through the kidney channel down into the feet. And that's a really good foundation for working on the middle and the upper burner. We want to get that right first before we move on up. Okay, so here we go. Now we're working on the middle burner, which is the liver and the stomach meridians. They run down the front and the sides of the legs. So we can regulate the digestive system by using those channels and also by working directly on this area. So let's do some of that. Okay, so let's first of all loosen up the area by doing this twisting exercise, floating the head up, okay, focusing on the middle burner, and very slowly to start with moving. And see if you can feel the stretch there as you go around into this part here, opening this area up. There we go. Lovely. You can turn the head and look to the left and look to the right. And we're keeping this base really solid by focusing in kidney 1 down into the earth, floating the head up, relaxing the middle burner. Relaxing the diaphragm. So we're focusing on relaxing this whole area as we twist like this. Now, if you've got a lot of obstruction in the middle burner, you might want to make it a bit stronger, do this kind of thing. Tapping the sides of the body, that's where the gallbladder channel runs as you go into the stretch, okay? Or if you're feeling a bit weaker and you need a bit more space, keep it nice and relaxed, keep the breathing steady, and just gently stretch and open the middle burner. Okay, excellent. So let's just do some channel work now, just to regulate the middle burner. I'm going to do a little circuit now, do it nice and reasonably slowly so you can follow nicely. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down the stomach channel. So we start here. This is where the stomach channel runs either side of the navel. goes down the front of the body, front outside of the legs, over the knee, stomach 36, the famous 3-mile point, down to the ankles, and then up the spleen channel on the inside of the front of the legs. Okay, got it? So now we're going to switch to the liver and gallbladder, tapping the sides here. This is around liver 13 and 14. And we're going to go round into the hips. This is where the gallbladder channel is. Right in the hips here. Okay, then it goes down the outside of the body. This is gallbladder 34 on the outside of the knee, very famous point for releasing tendons anywhere in the body. And then we go up the inside of the legs. This is the liver channel. Okay, so we've got a nice little circuit there for the middle burner. Let's just do that 3 times. We've got stomach, stomach, spleen, gallbladder, liver, stomach, spleen, gallbladder, and liver. There we go. So that's the 4 meridians that relate directly to the middle burner all together. Okay, so just a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a shake, and checking in time. So let's see what we've done now. Okay, oh, okay, that feels good. Okay, especially great after breakfast. We've got that nice feeling of kidney 1 anchoring us down, a nice solid relaxed feeling in the lower burner, head floating up. And now check into the middle burner. You probably feel movement there. You probably feel like a kind of movement, a bit more space, hopefully. Really good to get that middle burner as open as we can. Let me just have a quick check to the poles. Yeah, upper burner was way out ahead at 41% on the poles. So now we can finally get to the upper burner, which actually is related to the point of the week, as we will find out in a moment when we get to it. Okay, the upper burner, what do we have up here? We have the lungs and we have the heart, basically. We've got the lung channel, which goes down to the thumb, which we did way back in January. The heart protector we did last month, that goes down to the middle finger. And we've got the heart, which we would have done somewhere in the summertime, which goes around to the little finger. So the idea is to get the lungs open and relaxed, get that energy in from the breath, and then to regulate the heart by calming it and making sure there's no obstruction in the channels. Okay, so let's do it. Now remember, the lung starts here and it goes down into the thumbs. So the lung stretch is this one. Let's just check it out. Okay, breathing in, stretch up to the thumbs, and then breathe out. Yep. Good, breathe in and breathe out. Very good. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, excellent. Okay, so now let's really do some nice work on the lung channel. Okay, this is very important, by the way, because the autumn, which is where we are now, is the time of the lungs. It's to do with sadness, letting go, but also positivity and structure. That's the positive side of it. So that's what we need. We need positivity moving forwards and be able to structure ourselves on the emotional level as well as the physical level. So let's get some of that. Let's start off with lung 1, which is right here, just below the clavicle. This is lung 2 here on the front of the shoulder. And lung 1 is right here, just slightly down around here. So just by tapping this area, we'll open up the lungs. Okay, now you notice here's something to watch for, is you notice that when people are sad, they tend to do this. They hollow out this part of the body and they kind of do this. This is a position of someone who's sad. So that's protecting and kind of closing in on the lungs. When the lungs are nice and positive, we get this movement like this, and we get the lung channel energized. So let's do some of that now, starting off around lung 1 and aiming for your thumb. Okay, that's where we're aiming for. So if you put your arm out like I've done, you can see down into the thumb, and down we go. Down past here, this is lung 5, down, and then down to lung 9, 10, and 11, if you remember this, remember that far back to January. Okay, now to provide the circuit, we go up the large intestine channel, that's up the outside front of the arm, and that takes us round to here again. Oh, nice breathing. Open up the lungs. Down we go. Down to the thumb. Okay, and if you remember, the lung channel finishes right here on the edge of the thumb there. And then we go up the large intestine, back onto the shoulder, and round again. Just do it 3 times. Down we go. And up again. Excellent. Okay, brushing off. Okay, there we are. Can you feel that tingling feeling then down the arm into the thumb? That's what we want for both sides. So let's do the other side. Again, around lung 1, lung 2. Going towards the thumb. Just giving it a bit of a squeeze. And then we go back up the large intestine. This is large intestine 4. Remember that famous point there? Up we go, onto the shoulder, and round again. Very good for the autumn. Well, this is very interesting because I'm finding that some of that heat that I did in my whole body scan, if you remember this, remember this heat here that I had in the top part of the upper burner? I feel it coming out now. It's very, very interesting. I can feel it almost coming out of the breath, clearing it out of the channel. It's probably some sort of lung dryness or heat I've got in there. Not sure where that's come from. So it's something to watch out for as we're doing it. Remember the different burners that you worked on. Just notice little things that happen as we work, and that gives us all a really good insight into how our energy is. It's kind of a way for us to tune in and be able to regulate our own energy and our own nervous system. So here we go, up here, back into the lungs. And then down into the thumb. Okay, just do a little bit of work on that. Okay, excellent. Now, would you like a nice stretch for the lungs? This is a really good meridian stretch. It comes from this stretch. We bring our hands round behind us like this, and then we go like this. Okay, so it's breathing in, breathing out, going into the lung stretch, pointing our fingers up towards the ceiling. And this is the most important bit, is to open up this area here, that's lung 1 area, and then we tip our head this way, that opens up the throat. So it's this sort of movement. Whoa. And then we come out. Fantastic stretch for the lungs. Should we do it again? So it's breathing in. Fantastic. One more time, breathing in. Whew. Wow, I feel quite hot actually. I think there must be some kind of, got some heat there in the lungs. I don't know how that happened. But anyway, it just shows you this stuff really works. Now it's time to work into the heart protector and the triple heater channel. Dun, 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 dun. Everyone, triple heater, it's Meridian of the month. So it's going to be point of the week any moment now. Okay, so let's open the channels up. We'll open the channels up and then we'll have a little experiment with the point of the week. I'm really interested to see how you get on with that, because we're going to test out, we do this sometimes on the Wednesday class, we're going to test out the action of the point on everyone in the group, okay? So let's open the channels up first, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so we've got the pericardium channel, which we did last month. That goes down the inside of the arm. It goes to the middle finger, and that's connected up right into the pericardium in the chest. And that's one of the channels that really does tend to get obstructed if you've got stress. And we've had a lot of that over the last few years in the Shiatsu Center, where we've got clients coming in, this whole area gets obstructed, and sometimes you feel like having a heart attack, or just sometimes get pain, and a lot of it's just emotional obstruction there. So this area, we really want to try and free that out and open it up as much as we can. This is the stretch, okay? So we can breathe in, breathe out, open those arms backwards, and that feeling all the way down the inside of our arms into the chest, that's the heart protector channel. Okay, let's do that a couple more times. Breathing in, breathing out. That's it. One more. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, so if you remember, we go from here, and what I recommend you do is pick it up just around the sternum here, and work outwards here along the ribs here. You can feel the ribs along the top here, and just tapping this way towards the shoulder. And then we're going to make our way down the arm to the middle finger. Okay, so we're going to open that out. Just make sure this is nicely tapped open. Be nice and gentle with it. If you've got a lot of obstruction, you might want to be a little bit firmer. If it feels a bit weak here, you want to be a bit careful and just maybe just pat very gently. If it feels kind of more empty and weak, it depends a lot on how you're feeling. But the main thing is to get that channel as clear as possible, and down the middle of the inside the arm. And do you remember pericardium 6, that famous point? I think Basti covered it when he did it. This is the famous point. You can actually buy pressure, wrist pressure bands from Boots the Chemist, which is a trusted brand in the UK, a trusted pharmacy brand. They actually sell points for travel sickness. That's how famous it is. It's one of the most famous points in the whole body, pericardium 6. So we're going to go down. And the reason I'm mentioning is, if you remember, that's called the inner gate or something. It's like that point there, pericardium 6, is really important for regulating the digestion and nausea and things. And it's connected to our point of the week. Okay, as we'll find out in a moment. So this is the triple heater channel, the channel of the month. It goes up here, and then it goes up into the head, as we'll find out later on. Tap down here. Again, this is pericardium, and then coming back up here, this is the triple heater channel on the outside of the arm. It goes up into the shoulder. Okay, now remember I mentioned earlier that the gallbladder channel connects with the hip, and it's used to kind of release the hip. Triple heater is used to release the shoulder. It's kind of a bit like the gallbladder in the arm. Okay, it has that. It's on the side of the body, the sides. It's as simple as that. Goes down. Cool. Okay, so that's the pericardium channel and the triple heater channel on that arm. So let's do it on the other side. And around. Nice and easy, nice and relaxed, just opening up the channels. Okay, very good. Okay, so that's good preparation for our experiment that we're going to do as a group right now, which is our point of the week experiment. And I just want to introduce you to the point of the week first. Just hope that it's actually here. Let's just see. I haven't actually checked yet. I did load it up this morning. Let's see. Here it is. Triple heater points of the week. Love it. Okay, here we go. So, triple heater 5. Okay, Waiguan outer border gate, which connects directly through the wrist into pericardium 6, which we've mentioned before, which is the inner border gate. You can see it's used for head and neck pain. That's because the channel runs up into the head. It's also used for shoulder pain, as I mentioned before as well. It regulates the 3 heaters. It's one of the few points on the triple heater channel that's actually directly related to three heaters. It's a very, very powerful point. And it's also connected to Wei Qi production. The Wei Qi is like the defensive Qi. It's like the immune system. And way back in the beginning of the lockdowns, when everyone was worried about getting COVID and everything, we did a lot of work on increasing our immunity through regulating the three burners, if you remember. Okay, so where is it? Well, it's the same place as pericardium 6. It's 2 sun or 2 body inches. That's 2 thumb widths or 3 finger widths, like that, up from the wrist crease. Okay, so if I just turn the slide up a minute and show you. So you've got pericardium 6 here. So if you put your 3 fingers like that, you'll get pericardium 6 there. And if you do the same thing on the other side, like this, you'll get triple heater or triple burner 5. And if you just slowly experiment, you'll find that there's a point there that seems to have a stronger connection up the arm and stuff like that. Okay. Now the thing is that point has so many different actions. We're going to do an experiment together and see what it does for you. Okay. You might find it has a local effect in the channel into the wrist and the elbow. You might find it affects the shoulder. It could affect the head or even the eyes, but it also may have an effect on any of the other burners, maybe the upper or the middle burner. It could do anything, okay? And it all depends on your own internal energy. So let's experiment and see what triple heater 5 does for you today, and then we'll have a poll, okay? So let's try it. The first thing we need to do is just relax and bring us awareness back to our whole body. So just checking in. Doesn't it feel great? We've got that nice connection with the earth. Kidney 1, got a nice solid feeling in the lower burner, relaxed feeling in the middle burner, and a nice open feeling through the pericardium in the upper burner. So we're pretty well tuned in now. Let's see where triple heater 5 affects us today. Okay, so I'm going to do an energy exercise with you. I'm going to measure sure you know where it is. Okay, it's 3 finger widths up. And probably the best way to press it is just by holding your wrist like that and just gently pressing in, or you can do it with the main finger there, whatever's comfortable for you. Okay, I'm going to do it like this. I think I'm going to hold it like this, but whichever's comfortable for you. Okay, and let's just see. We'll do it both sides. We'll just see what happens. Okay, so relaxing, open the shoulders up. You want to keep the shoulders relaxed so that the effect of the point can get into the whole body. Right. So let's see. Okay, I'm holding the point and I'm going to gently press in. Okay, just gently press in until you can feel the channel opening up you may feel it opening up into the fingers, into the elbow. That's the connective tissue connection. Okay, and now bring your attention to your shoulder and your head and see whether there's any resonance with that. Okay, I'm going to hold it, gently pressing in. And now check your upper, middle, and lower burner and just see whether there's any of the 3 burners that feel like they're connected to that point. Okay, interesting, isn't it? Okay, so let's try the other wrist, the other triple heater 5, measuring it up again, holding triple heater 5, relaxing and tuning into our whole energy. And now let's just gently press in on that point. Check out the arm, shoulder, head, and then the 3 burners, upper, middle, and lower. And see if you can feel any effects of the point. Okay, well done everyone. So let's find out now what the general experience is that you had. I've got a poll that I made earlier, which I can run now. Here we are. And the poll is this. Like, when we pressed triple heater 5, did you feel the resonance locally in the arm, the whole channel, the head, the chest, or combination or other? In other words, lower down the body, like middle and lower burner. So let's just see what you got. Okay, cool. Look, and it'll all depend entirely on what's happening with you. Like if you've got problems with the elbow or the wrist, or maybe you've got some obstruction in the arm, you're going to feel it in the arm because it'll have that effect, okay? You may feel it up the whole channel. That's also can happen. It depends on what's happening with your energy. The head, you can see that we've got 20% of people voted for the head, and that's because it's used a lot for treating headaches, ear problems, and stuff like that, as we'll find out later on in this month, okay? And then quite a lot of you see, look, a fifth of you had the chest, and then we had like nearly half of you had a combination of them, which is what happened to me. I could feel it in the head, and then I could feel it in my middle burner. So you might sometimes feel a combination of two actions per point. So it's interesting, isn't it, that only 2 people actually found it locally in the arm, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's when you really need that. You'll really need the channel opening up, but it just shows you the power of the point, that it resonates with so many other places in the body. Okay, super cool. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much for that. So let's just finish up. We've just got 10 minutes left. We're just going to finish up by clearing out those yang channels and putting it all together. So just to review, we're standing. We're opening up kidney 1, relaxing the lower burner, feeling that connection with the earth. Opening up the middle burner and opening up the upper burner. Okay, excellent. Doesn't that feel so great? Okay, really good. The only thing left, if you notice, is that I'm certainly with me anyway, I think because I'm a bit energy, I've got a bit of heat going up, is we really need to clear these yang channels and get the energy down to balance out the yin and yang. Okay, so let's just do 5 minutes of just tapping around the head, directing the energy down, away from the head, down the neck. Okay, so we've got forehead, top of the head, this is the bladder channel, sides of the head, this is triple heater. Okay, sides of the head, triple heater, down to the neck, triple heater and gallbladder. Okay, did you check that out? Gallbladder and the triple heater are together on the side of the head. Is that familiar? That's familiar. Okay, side of the body, triple heater and gallbladder. Okay, down we go. Okay, pressing those sinuses, clearing the sinuses out. Relaxing the eyes, just relaxing and wiping the eyes 3 times. Pulling the ears, very relaxing. I just remember I had a client in just the other week and I was working the neck. We were talking about the neck tension here, and I said, this is the stomach meridian. And she said, I know it is. Because of course she come to the Wednesday class, and that's what I'm finding. My clients who come to the Wednesday class now, and they're just on it. Oh, it's this meridian, it's this meridian. I just thought it was so funny. Yeah, there's no explanation needed. You know exactly where it is. The stomach channel runs down the front of the SCM muscle here. Just squeezing and pressing in, just releasing the sternocleidomastoid muscle, this one here. And then squeezing down, relaxing the neck. And just come down a bit like this, yeah. So I'm just squeezing the neck. Okay, so you've got the yang channels all kind of move like this, down the neck and down onto the shoulders. And this is where it's really good to just tap the tops of the shoulders. This is actually where the gallbladder and the triple heater, again, they both run along the top of the shoulders. We're going to do some more work on that. I think it's next week. We're going to do a special point on the shoulders related to the triple heater and the gallbladder. I'm really excited about that because I've discovered some energy movements of those points when I was doing the research for this month. I never really knew about before, and I'm going to share that with you, I think, next week. Some really amazingly strong points here on the shoulders that we can explore. Probably next week, I think it is. So tapping the tops of the shoulders and brushing down the triple heater in the arm to get that energy down, and then loosening the shoulders and then rubbing down this gallbladder channel again, just to release the shoulders. Okay. Okay, so we're in a way we're kind of back where we started, because we started by shaking the head out. We ended with releasing the energy away from the head down into the hands, and down into the feet. Okay, great. Okay, so the only really thing we haven't done is work the bladder channel on the torso. So let's see how far we can tap down from T1 downwards. Can you reach there? It's kind of difficult. If you're working with somebody, if you've got a friend that's working on the class with you, that's a great opportunity for you to do this on each other, using the sides of the hand or loose fists, just to work down the bladder channel either side of the back. Yeah. Oh, great. I'm just stretching the spine out, shaking the spine out. Okay, excellent. Just got a few minutes now to put it all together with the breathing. So we're going to do this Tai Chi breathing. Okay, and let's just direct our focus and just pull everything together to get ourselves in a really calm, relaxed and positive state for the week ahead. We're going to keep that kidney 1 open, get that lovely feeling of connection with the earth, floating the head up. Everything's starting to loose now. And nice and strong and relaxed in the torso. I noticed that most of you voted for the torso, head and neck in terms of the area. So let's get that feeling of continuity, smoothness in the torso, keeping the shoulders and the hips relaxed. Very nice. Okay, so here we go. Nice and calmly, we're going to breathe in, bring the hands up, and we're going to breathe out, floating up and letting the chi settle down the body, down towards the feet. Yeah, so breathing in, breathing out, and bringing our energy down, downwards, down towards our feet. Okay, concentrating on kidney 1, feeling solid and heavy in the body. We're sinking down into kidney 1, and we're pressing up from the feet, opening up kidney 1, connecting with the yin of the earth, the solidity of the earth, breathing in and breathing out. Yeah, again, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, connecting with the heavens chi, floating down and floating up, keeping the upper body nice and relaxed and open. So we're connecting with the yang here, with the heavens, breathing in, space and movement, breathing out, creating movement and space in the upper body. Yeah, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, excellent. Just waiting just for a moment, just feeling how we are now. Excellent, lovely. Okay, brilliant. So how are we doing? Just got a couple of minutes left. Just going to check in with Basti and check in with the chat, see how everyone's done. Hope you really enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed Triple Heater 5. What an awesome point. Absolutely amazing point. Maybe Basti can come on. I don't know if he can come on. Yeah, here he is.
Hello.
Hey, Basti. Is that Rachel?
This is Rachel Nicole.
Oh, Rachel, hi. Oh, how lovely to see you. Yeah, how lovely to see both of you in one place. That's amazing.
Yeah, we've been following together and it's been great.
Oh, what a great point. That Triple Heater 5 is awesome. I mean, I really enjoyed researching that. I just want to say thank you to everyone for supporting these Wednesday classes. So I tell you what, I think I've learned more about the points in the last 2.5 years than I did in the previous 30. I've just, every week, looking at the points and figuring out how they're working. It's been an amazing experience. It's been really good fun. Okay.
It's been brilliant. It seems like everyone was very engaged in the actual work of it. There wasn't as much chat today.
There we are. That's a good sign, I think. Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week for the next exciting episode of the Triple Heater Meridian. And yeah, have a great week. I'm sure you will. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Okay, Basti, got to go.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Rachel.